some crimes. Everybody, get a round of applause for Kristin, Rowan, and Dantes Cruz! Nice. I pay this guy in condoms and dick. Hey, Kristin, don't worry about him. He loves it when you give him attention. You're a dirty boy, okay? You're not coming tonight.
My favorite part of the show.
Yes.
They're so good.
Okay, what we're doing is we're denying him pleasure. But he gets off by no one paying him attention, okay? Good. No, stop being a brat. Okay, Kristin, sorry. I'm going to try to...
It's round three. Three. That's how we do three.
Joe John the card slut, everybody. Yeah. I don't like him for his personality. Kristin, I know that's the most amount of man you've ever seen, but I'm sorry. Sorry. Same to you.
I don't know if this is on.
It is.
Yeah. So what's going on? Hey, shut up down there. Yeah, you idiots. Shut up. Everyone can hear you. You're at a show. Okay. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. Dennis, you still awake, buddy?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, good, everyone. Kristin, still gay?
I am, yes.
All right, we know.
Very
Yes, just... I believe Dennis doesn't know what to do with you. Like, he looks at you and he's just generally confused.
Oh, he asked some good questions.
What was the question Dennis asked you?
I don't want to give away so
Okay. I love this because I asked you who you wanted to roast, and not a second hesitation, you said, Dantes Cruz! What was that about?
It's going to be embarrassing if I fail now.
Dennis is just happy to be out of the old folks' home, man.
What? Wait, no.
You got an Orcan? All right, Dennis, you're going to die soon. Do you want to roast first, or you want Kristin to roast first?
Oh, I'll go first.
All right, everybody. Nice. Well, everybody, let's give a round of applause. Galileo versus gay little boy. 1, 2, 3, roast!
Kristin got into comedy, and you would think being an adult version of Linus would have helped her, but the energy she gives out just reminds everybody of like a drum circle in eviction notices.
All right, well, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
I don't know. I was looking at Kristin. She is so white that if she went to a tanning salon, they would keep her overnight. She just wants a tan because every time she meets somebody, they say hello, but she knows they're thinking, that's the color I want for my bathroom.
I did. This is not my joke, but I lived in California really briefly, and it was like the tannest I'd ever been. And I went to the doctor, and they were like, "You need some vitamin D." And I was like, "This is the least white I've ever been." Anyway, so Dennis, he's had 4 ex-wives and 4 different kinds of cancer. So, I mean, I'm thinking you should just try a husband. To be safe.
Oh, I saw Kristin do a comedy set, and I was like, oh, that reminds me of waterboarding. But then I thought, no, waterboarding has at least one good gag.
So Dennis, his mom is actually a lawnmower. That's why his voice sounds like that, and why he likes grass so much. It's funny to me.
You got him.
Kristin's an avant-garde comedian, which is just French for you suck.
Dennis, he has chickens now. So when the relationship goes south, he can just eat them instead of paying alimony.
Last jokes.
Now I gotta do.
Oh, you fucked up now, Chris.
Brought up chickens, man.
Do the breastfeeding one. You asked me about breastfeeding, and you haven't done anything.
Why are these two
Kristin's voice reminds me of Whitney Houston in the fact that I want to see her get in a tub and never get out.
So Dennis, you can't tell, but he is actually kind of smart. He's a programmer, but they always want him to work from home because whenever he's thinking, he just yells,
Give them a round of applause, everybody. Great roast.
He psyched me out. He asked me about breastfeeding and all this stuff.
That had nothing to do with the roast. All right, let's start in the middle. Havana, how did you score Santa versus an elf?
That was a really good round. Good job, you guys.
Nice. Yes.
Dennis, you look like you snacked on communion crackers.
The body of the flesh. I don't know.
Body of the flesh.
Dennis, you look like you invented relighting cigarette butts.
Yeah, he's the first guy to ask if they're going to finish that.
You guys were both awesome. I'm going to give it to Kristin.
Yes! One for Kristin. Oh, pick from my heart. Robbie Sherman. How did it feel? Oh, sorry, or Aaron Thomas.
Okay. All right. No, this is great. You guys were very funny. It was finally, two funny people on stage. Wow.
Me and Kristin.
No, that was great. I think it was real fun. I'm sure it was fun for Dennis, to get roasted by his in-home nurse.
She didn't steal from you.
We had Deadhead versus Hates Head. It was wonderful. I'm a little torn. I think, honestly, I'm Dennis. I'm giving it to Dennis.
Nice. One for Dennis. One for Kristin. Robbie Sherman.
This was a really good battle.
Yeah.
To both of you. Kristin, Bob's Burgers called. They want all of their voices back. Dennis, you do comedy like you're having a heart attack. You're like, Kristin's a lesbian. Also, by the way, not a roast. Dennis has been to Vietnam. He served. So that's just crazy. I just wanted to see that.
So Billy needs to get out of here. Billy Romano, you gotta go.
Yeah, he saw Joe John and he almost had a heart attack.
He's an Asian, he's gonna fucking die.
You fought for that, Dennis. Good job, man.
Was that a vote for Dennis? No.
Also,
it's just talking.
So, did you say something about breastfeeding to Kristin?
Yeah, that was one of the questions. He asked me how I conceived my children. He asked me if I breastfed them.
Okay,
and that's not even a roast at all.
He's asked everyone that.
Okay, that's funny because Kristin, it looks like you've been doing the breastfeeding.
Yeah. Kristin dick feeds.
But I thought, Kristin, you started out much stronger the first two jokes. I think you had them. And then Dennis somehow came back with like 3 bangers, so I'm going to give it to Dennis on this one.
Nice.
But you both did amazing.
2 for Dennis, 1 for Kristin. Let's start with Kyle. How about it, bud?
Yeah, 4 rounds of cancer can't beat you, and neither can Kristin.
Whoa!
I was very happy to see Scott Pilgrim take on Gandalf the Great Goose. That was awesome. Dennis, of course, is trained at the comedy school of RFK Jr. Your jokes, Dennis, your jokes remind me of the stylings of Jeff Dunham. And you perform them like Sam Kinison, but you look like George Carlin now. Is the thing. All right, that's not for everybody. I gotta give it. This has been a tough one. This is my favorite battle so far. So I gotta. By the thinnest hair, I gotta give it to Dennis. It was a very
3
close,
for Dennis.
very close ball.
1 for Kristin. Now, Chris Hudson, in your hands lies the triple vote power that I just made up and doesn't actually count. What will you do with it?
All right. Yeah, this was definitely the best battle so far. Definitely.
That's only because everyone else was offered.
That's usually how it goes. Yeah, Dennis was in the military, so this did look like a live demonstration of don't ask, don't tell. It's pretty great. This is the first time I've seen Dennis be lucid through his entire set. So that was pretty good. He mentioned something about Kristin getting with eviction notices and drum circles. Kristin looks like she pays her rent early and then checks to make sure you have it. It's insane.
She's paid up for the rest of the year.
Yeah, she's paid up for the rest of the year. Yeah. And Dennis looks like Kristin's gonna go home to her kids and go, I will never leave your life. It was a banger of a battle. Kristin had the nicest roast joke I've ever heard in my entire life, which was the lawnmower, and that's why he smokes grass. That was the nicest roast joke I've ever heard. I will say Dennis came out swinging at the end. I'll have to give it to Dennis. I'm sorry.
Nice. 4 for Dennis, 1 for Kristin. Everyone, you're winning. Dennis Cruz. How about, thank you, Cruz.